Today we will discuss about globe, latitudes and longitudes, chapter 2. What is a globe? A globe is a spherical model of the earth. It helps us to identify the shape, location of different continents, countries, oceans and seas. The globe spins on a rod which represents the earth's axis. The earth's axis is an imaginary line passing through the center of the earth. The topmost part of the rod represents the North Pole and the lowermost part represents the South Pole. Equator. It is an imaginary line passing through the center of the earth, dividing the earth into two equal halves called hemisphere. The upper part is the northern hemisphere, the lower part is the southern hemisphere. Latitudes. Latitudes are imaginary lines that run from east to west. The distance between latitudes is equal. They are also called the parallels of latitude. These lines keep on decreasing and at the poles they are 90 degrees north or 90 degrees south of the equator. It crosses the prime meridian at right angle. Some important parallels of latitudes. Beside the equator, the North Pole and the South Pole, there are four important parallels of latitude. One, Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. Second, Tropic of Capricorn in southern hemisphere. Third, Arctic Circle at 66.5 north of the equator. Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south of the equator. Heat zones of the Earth. These important latitudes are important for one more reason. They also determine heat zones. Heat zones are decided on the basis of how much direct light or heat of the sun they receive. First one is Torrid Zone. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Every latitude has the midday sun directly overhead at least once in a year. These area receives maximum heat, thus it is called the Torrid Zone. Second is Temperate Zone. The overhead sun never shines on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of the sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. Therefore, this area has moderate temperature, means neither too hot nor too cold. The temperate zones lie between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the north, the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the south. Third is Frigid Zone. Here, the sun does not rise much above the horizon. The sun's rays are always slanting and provide less heat. Therefore, this region is very cold. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Longitudes. Longitudes are imaginary lines that run from the North Pole to the South Pole. These lines are not parallel to each other. These lines are also called the meridians of longitude. These imaginary lines are numbered from 0 to 180 degrees. As longitudes and latitudes run from north to south and east to west, they form a network called grid, which helps to accurate locate places. Longitude and time. The best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, moon and the planets. As the earth turns, the sun appears to move across the sky. A sundial uses the position of the sun in the sky to tell the time. The time measured by a sundial is solar time, which is 12 noon.